if you've actively like involved yourself in this place and worked hard to be where you want to be, it will definitely show. Then if you rushed your way, it will also show.
On today's episode of Technoscraft, we sit down with Isaac Osamor, also known as CyberZig. He is a full stack engineer who is actively involved in the Web3 space. Beyond tech, Isaac is also passionate about music and enjoys playing musical instruments. In this episode, he shares his journey into tech, talks about his first major breakthrough, and reflects on the experiences, lessons, and milestones that have shaped his career.
Malga,
Chairman.
thanks for honoring our invitation.
I mean, you're most
It
welcome.
took a lot
anytime.
for us to get him on the show.
Hey,
right?
God, I beg you.
We texting,
Yeah, God,
but
I
finally
beg
he honored our invitation.
Arigato gozai. What?
This is another episode of Technoscraft, and where we are interviewing a big fish, a big boss. It's not only he has many trades and all of that. But we'll get to hear it from his mouth. So Malga, can you just do a big introduction about yourself and everything?
Hey guys, I'm Isaac here, known as CyberZig on every social media platform. I'm a full stack software engineer. My major goal is to build platforms, build apps, web apps, mobile apps that make life easy for everybody. So I really like building things that solve problems for people and are user centric. So I face around, I've been able to build platforms around e-commerce, blockchain, around the edtech space, also around the fintech space. And I hope to also do many other things around the AI. I'm currently also working on an AI project and many other things as well. So yeah, that's a little about me. And I like music a lot. I like tech a lot, like a whole lot, because I mean, tech makes my life easy, and I'm really, I'm a very, very curious person. I'm like, I want to know why is this like this? How can this be better? Okay, is it how we can improve this? Yeah, that's basically me, bro.
Okay, that's actually very nice. Well, looking at your background, I noticed you graduated with engineering. I think is it
Civil engineering.
Okay, yeah, civil engineering, right? But then you're a tech person, and I'm really curious. Like, what sparked that interest in tech? Like, what did you see? Like, no, nah. I think this is the one for me.
The thing is that it did not just start immediately. Like I did not know that this is what would be the end goal. I I always liked the concept of building things. Maybe that's why I even found myself in civil engineering. Like, there's this core dopamine that comes. Let's build this. Let's make this. But I mean, as time goes on, I later started discovering that civil engineering is actually good, but on the long run, I just got to when I was on site one day and I was seeing how tedious that task was, some tasks were, and I was like, damn, I don't think I really want to be an on-site person. I feel I should be able to make change to the world remotely, build ideas from whichever part of the world I am. And my other brother started talking to me about, if you can try tech, tech is not bad.
Wow.
Then I didn't even know what software engineering was. I didn't even know all this thing. Then I knew this was in my third year, third or fourth year. So my fourth year, I was like, I was talking to him about like that. My brother now, Osamor, you can actually put his name on.
Yeah.
He's also a cybersecurity expert.
Big one for that
Yeah,
matter, I know.
yeah. Also, so he's into that. He's CEO of Cyber Odin.
Wow.
So my brother spoke to me about joining tech or just building things around the tech space. And before I knew, I started working into software development, started to like, I mean, it was not just a one day thing, but at the end of the day, I'm glad about where I am. And also, one motivation too. Sakpa sat me down. What sat me down? One Saturday, I will deal with you. So I just basically like, I just looked at it that I need to get something better for myself. I'm glad I chose this place.
Yeah, I'm actually glad you came clean, because sometimes we have people, what was the motive behind you starting this thing? Some will say they just feel they want to change, make an impact. But some will say, because of the money, because I know they will say, I mean, tech is this is it's like something like close to blood money or something. Sha.
Mm.
So that's this good you actually like came clean. So that's actually like nice. So how then did you transition into tech? How was your transition like?
Okay, I mean, with an engineering background, it was not really like hard for me to transition to tech because
Mm-hmm.
generally engineering itself, they're already training your brain to be able to, we have this plasticity and elasticity in our minds. They will
Mm.
stress you with, complex equations. I mean, and your brain should be able to understand now. When you've
Mm.
done things like Cauchy-Riemann, De Moivre theorems, you've done Laplace transforms and all those things, so your mind is already stretched out. So I was able to easily move to tech, and I like the concept of software engineering. So I just picked it, but I did not start from software engineering. I
Mm.
actually started from cloud development, cloud. I started from cloud, then I moved to cybersecurity a little bit. I did an internship with Cyblack. Cyblack is based in the UK, so I did an internship with them. But I was like, I want to build the system.
Mm.
Like,
Something was still missing.
yeah, I wanted to like, let me touch the system. Then when I found software engineering, I was like, yes, this is it.
Okay.
So yeah, that's how I transitioned actually.
No, that's very nice.
Yeah.
So why transition into tech? Like, how was the learning process? Because sometimes it's more often than not,
Yeah,
first month, second month, third month, there's nothing really tangible. You
exactly.
don't see gigs, you don't see this thing. Probably people will say you're still on the learning process. And sometimes that learning process is where people give up easily. Like some people are trying like just back down, like, oh, I don't think this tech is for me.
Mm.
I've not seen gigs, even to come by internship. I'm not seeing any of that. So what kept you going? What made you stay? Because I know many people have that kind of story to tell that, oh, it was not easy during the first 6 months, nothing was coming, nothing was working and all of that. But I persevered, I stood. Was that your case or what was it like in your own scenario?
My brother, it was not easy. I
Hmm.
won't lie to you. Anybody that is giving a rosy story that, oh, I just came into tech 2 months, it was not easy. For 1 year, I was not really into anything, even after getting the tech space.
Hmm.
Like, I was really, really like toiling the soil. So the thing is that one thing about the tech space, the Web2, Web3 spaces, they reward active participation. And if you've actively like involved yourself in this space and worked hard to be where you want to be, it will definitely show. Then if you rushed your way, it will also show.
Hmm.
So I really spend a lot of time like, I mean, it was frustrating at some point. I got to that breaking point. I was like, nah, this is my limit. I almost like closed laptop, quit tech, and went to another career that would be easy. But at the end of the day, the thing is that if something is worth it, it should take time. That's why I have this quote on my side that never give up because
Hmm.
great things actually take time. Not like I've made it in tech fully, but I mean, I'm somewhere, I'm still like improving. I still have a lot of milestones to reach, but um, it took a lot of time, but I'm happy about where I am.
Yeah, this quote of the thing actually like reminds me of one of my colleague. We also interviewed him in his room setting. He had this picture, make money legally.
Mm.
That was what is what
Wow,
is this.
that's great. That's great.
I the last time we interviewed, I told him, I said you're a big man. And he was like, I'm not big yet, but I will be a big name.
I will be big, oh.
But it's a big guy too, it's a big person, but it's just like at some point you are too. I mean, I think all these words and motivation actually like helps.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
helps a lot.
it does help.
So when you actually like got in your, I mean, you got your first, probably your first gig or your first job or your first internship and all of that. How was the feedback like? Did you probably maybe you got a project and then you messed it up?
Mm. Okay, I would say everybody in tech or every engineer would have gotten used to the concept of breaking and remaking things. Like,
Hmm.
see, the first thing that I learned when I was learning how to code or learning how to solve problems, because I cannot just say learning how to code because AI can do it. So learning how
Yeah.
to solve problems. The first thing is if you see a syntax or if you see a particular code, if you can spoil that code and effectively repair it back, then you have learned it. So there've been times where I've messed things up. There's been times where production has gone down.
It's Bankoje.
Yeah, them environments, but I mean, the sweetest part is once I spoil something, I'm always able to fix it back. So like, there's no engineer that will not spoil something. You spoil it, you fix it back. You spoil it, you fix it back. The more you get to see those problems, like it makes you stronger. Like one skit that like was I say I'm attracted to problems. Like I like to see problems. When I see problems, I'm like, yes, bring it to me, give me.
It's not everybody I will break down. Everybody I will break down.
I mean, problems in a way they make me stronger, make me like have more purpose. So there's been times when I've broken things. I felt bad. The employers or my subordinate, my senior people felt bad. Why are you doing this? But the sweet part of it is they always give me the like they are not going to just rescue. They'll be like, hey, clean up your mess, fix it. So by the time when I got more used to fixing up my mess, anytime
Yeah.
I so it made me stronger. But if every time they're always throwing you the life jacket, oh yeah, let's rescue you, oh, yeah, let's rescue you, you will not really get strong. So this is for every other person that is in tech space out there. Then how to fix up.
Yeah. I wanted to ask, but I think you gave like a bit of this thing about it. How did you handle feedback? Probably negative
Mm-hmm.
feedbacks, and maybe you know like, what's this? Or you know like, all this, is it project managers or your senior team lead, and then you see something, maybe it's like, what is this? This is rubbish now. Kilo Sheba,
Mm-hmm.
sorry for using the
I
language.
know that's
So,
fine.
I mean, how did you handle in negative feedback or in negative comments and all of that? Because there's what we call, there are sometimes we call constructive criticism.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's not so constructive. It's probably like bashing, like the bash your work that probably um, you stayed a week from
So
4 a.m. to 6 to 7 just to get it done, and then finishing, you are rest assured that yes, this will work. This is actually what my team lead wants me to do. And then he just looks at it. I'm like, this is trash.
hmm.
This is this. How do you handle stuff like that?
um see let me say one thing, like as Nigerians or as people in the tech space, sometimes you need to be able to learn how to take criticism because seeing if they're always praising you every day, you need to be able to filter it and because if you are used to always being praised,
Mm,
the day you will mess up, you will take it very personal. The day they
mm,
will call you out, why is this? You take it very personal. But if you are used to the fact that there might be times where you might okay, you see it from and you also see those criticism from a different lens. Because me, I'm even more open to like, oh, let me see how bad this can get. Because you're helping me. If you tell me this is not good, I'm like, how better can this thing get? How can it improve? So that's just me. And there've been times when I've been I've had people look at my work and they're like, no, no, this is bullshit. This is like an average developer cannot do this. And I'm like, I did not fight back. I did not. Why did they do this? That's
mm.
something that it pained me. Like it really, really pained me. But you just sit back and look at it. Okay, there might be a reason why this person is saying this. Try to improve. And also too, there are some people that it's just out of hatred. They just tell you that this is nonsense. That
Yeah.
is them. But you just the most important part to pick out of all these things is being able to filter the noise,
Mm.
being able to filter it. Okay, filter it wisely. Not that like as if they will tell you that you're wrong. You will go and be using quotes to support your stupidity. But it's just being able to filter it basically is a wonderful thing to do. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for that brief motivation and all of that. So now my next question, you must answer it. Oh.
Okay.
Good. When did you, or is it when or how did you make your first million?
Hey, cost camera.
The people need
Hey,
to know you
I've
must
not made
actually.
my first million. No,
That's it. That's it.
I'm still managing to come. I'm still managing my to come.
Okay. Let me rephrase the question. See, she also answered that one. When did you make your, or when or how did you make your first breakthrough?
Funny enough, I think my first breakthrough in tech like that was like really, really meaningful was not too long ago. I think around 2023, 2024 thereabout. Yeah. So I was able to like solve a problem, like a real problem for an organization that needed to build websites for they needed to build their own website for allowing people consult them.
Mm.
I would not mention their name, but I don't have legal rights to it, so I can't mention their
Oh,
name.
okay.
But they are yeah, they're also into the tech space too. So they were able to I was able to build it for them and they really, really loved the space. Then and then I was like, "Ah, yes, this is it." And actually, the pay was good, but I'm not gonna
No
yeah.
problem. That's understandable. So, you made mention of you being into music. So many tech people that are into music, they are of this opinion that music brings, or it gives this sense of creativity
Uh-huh.
into in tech. Like, do you support that, or is that a yes on your part, or what's your own opinion on that?
I heavily support, like, I heavily support it.
Okay.
And I'll tell you one thing that music also helps because it helps you to achieve. As a musician or someone that approaches things with the mindset of music, we tend to solve things bit by bit.
Hmm.
And solving things bit by bit is the best way to solve any problem in the
Okay.
first place. Instead of just approaching everything holistic. If you're a musician and you want to go for a rehearsal and you want to rehearse a song, you rehearse the first few bars, the first few parts.
Hmm.
That same approach, that same mindset is also applicable in product. It's also applicable in software engineering. Wake up, okay, first bit. How do we make sure that every part of the authentication works well without breaking? How do we make sure that every part of the API calls that we're going to be building
Hmm.
they work well? If you're using fintech, you're building a fintech attack, how do we make sure that idempotency works properly as it should? And I mean, music is is going to help you a lot. And if you notice it, most of most of this tech, if you check it, I don't know the exact name, but I tried to check out some of the tech, some of these tech companies that are doing well.
Yeah.
Their CEOs in a way have a touch of music. The
Hmm.
CEO of Spotify,
Hmm.
he actually is a musician. I don't know what instrument he plays, but he also the CEO of Credit. You can put them in the credit. The guy is actually a very good pianist and a very, very good bassist.
Wow.
The CEO of Symphony. Symphony is a music tech application.
Yeah.
The CEO is actually a very, very good pianist. And those things, in a way, they cascade down onto how solid whatever they offer, whatever they do, or how they approach problems.
Hmm.
So musicians will always make better tech people. Yeah.
Ah. So okay, okay. Wala for no sabi music, but
Uh-huh.
don't worry. I'm not going to take offense in what you said, but it is well, sure. Maybe I'll start learning music and then I will see what he said, whether it's
Yeah,
true
you
or not.
should. You should actually.
So I'm curious about something. Like, how do you unwind? How do you, when you take a break? How is like your day like when you say you want to take a break? Why are you? What's your activity like when you're not coding? What are you doing? Stuff like that.
How I unwind, I like to sit down in the quiet sometimes.
Hmm.
Like I just sit down in the quiet, like just sit down. I don't watch movies that much, funny enough. Like I'm not a movie person, so I just sit down, check YouTube, try to check things that are just happening. I don't know, my mind is just curious, so my mind is always like going outside to know what's the next thing. Then once in a while,
Balling, partying,
no, I don't party.
playing ball, hanging out with friends. You don't.
Okay,
Come on.
gym, going to the gym is a way I
Okay, yeah,
unwind.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
been a while. I've actually hit the gym. I like visiting places like that. I know. And, as jovial as I sound, I'm not actually an outside person. Everybody always thinks Isaac will be like every time we're outside, but nah.
You actually look like the outside person. You
Ah,
don't
no,
even look
no,
like an
no.
introvert to be honest. If you ask me,
Selectively introvert, but people won't believe that.
because me, I was wondering, I was say, that when I was online, there's this particular spot I go to, or probably go to the beach, or maybe a trip to Bahamas or
Ah,
Maldives, or
ah,
all this kind of stuff. That come on.
ah.
We know you can do that. Yeah,
Uh,
it's actually, if you actually like said that, I would definitely believe because I feel most people actually like, I think they do something like that too. But everybody has his or her own preference. Yeah, everybody
yeah,
has
actually.
his or her own preference. So your own is just Jimmy Nabi, not PS5.
Game. Funny enough, I'm not heavy on games. The piano, yeah, yeah, yeah. Like I just play for myself, play
Hmm.
to feel better most of the
Okay.
times. Yeah.
So, I'm also curious about this whole stuff. It's something that I actually have seen, but I want to know. I want to hear your own opinion or your
Okay.
own decision on this. It's about all this school, Unilag, and all of that. They
Uh-huh.
say people, if you school in Unilag, or just use Unilag as a case study, all these big schools now that have names, they say there's a tendency for you to probably like connect with people more, get more opportunities,
Uh-huh.
more gigs, internships, sort of like that. If you school with all those top schools like that, than other schools. I don't want to mention my own school because if I mention my own school, then you know that okay, yes, it's part of the other school. So, all those big schools in lag as a case study, I think opportunities are more there. Maybe people they are doing like a big program that they want to play. The first name that comes to all those companies is Unilag. They want to do a talent on the first name that comes is Unilag or all those other big schools. Yeah. So what's your opinion on that?
Hmm. I won't lie. I hate to say this, but it's actually the truth. Like Unilag gives you that leverage. I'm not saying everybody should go to Unilag because at the end of the day, you get you get to be who you want to be because of who you are or who you decide to be.
Hmm.
It's not because of there are many people too that went to Unilag that we don't even know about them, that we don't even that their life is wherever it wants to be. But the thing is, of a truth, yes, the school, the environment, and the student themselves, they give you better opportunities to meet people that are like-minded, people that you can actually achieve same goal with. But it's still left to you to decide that okay, how more can I get about this from this part of life? How can I do this? So it's just that, sha.
So thank you very much. So just give a quick shout out to our viewers. Tell them about Technoscraps, how is it?
Okay.
And please don't forget to tell them to like, share, subscribe.
Sure, guys, if you are watching this, tune in to Tech Knows Craft. Make sure that you like, you share, you subscribe. Like, if you need somewhere that is going to keep on motivating you into this tech space, you don't know where to start from. Make sure you watch their videos. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Many more big contents are coming up in this space. Peace out. My name is Cyberzik.
Yeah. Oga.
You're welcome.
Yeah.